Mark Webber knows a thing or two about what it takes to muscle one of the fastest machines on the planet around the Albert Park circuit. The ex-F1 star will be explaining all that he knows to those watching this weekend's Australian Formula 1 Grand Prix on the telly.
But he'll also be showing a few lucky punters what he can do behind the wheel with hot laps around Albert Park in this, the fastest Porsche ever created.
It is, of course, the Porsche 911 GT2 RS, which recently set a new production car lap record around the fearsome Nürburgring circuit in Germany.
And this is his actual car, a machine he helped fine-tune in his role at Porsche after hanging up the helmet. And luckily for me, he's given me the keys and asked me to deliver it to him at Albert Park. So, let's take it for a ride. Like its predecessors, which earned the infamous nickname the Widowmaker, this car is figuratively a race car with number plates. As you can see behind me, I'm staring through the scaffolding of a titanium roll cage. In the footwell here in the passenger side is a fire extinguisher. I have the choice of wearing 6-point racing harnesses or a normal seatbelt, and my guts are being squeezed by pretty figure-hugging racing bucket seats. But you also don't miss out on the luxuries of a genuine Porsche 911. There is a full multimedia system with Bluetooth, sat-nav, Apple CarPlay, I have dual-zone climate control, and leather all over the dash, and beautiful Alcantara steering wheel, and carbon fibre highlights throughout.
There's even fabric strips to open the door. The stereo only has 4 speakers, and if you choose the optional Weissach pack, named after the test track where Webber fine-tuned the handling, you even get thinner carpets, all in the name of saving weight. It goes a lot further than that though. Even in standard form, the GT2 RS has carbon fibre body panels, the thinnest glass possible, and a roof made of titanium. But the Weissach pack replaces the lid with an even lighter carbon fibre jobby. The 20-inch front and 21-inch rear alloys are made from forged magnesium, and the anti-roll bars are made from carbon fibre. Yep, this is a hardcore machine.
But this car does have a very narrow focus. Its suspension doesn't have any elastic bushes in it. They're all rose jointed like race cars, and you kind of feel every little bump in the road. You can also hear a lot of the mechanical elements underneath the car. The gearbox has a fair bit of whine to it. There's lots of noise from those big fat tyres, and the exhaust is ever present.
The GT2 RS's big ticket item, apart from its 645 grand sticker price, is its engine, an upgraded version of the 3.8 litre twin turbo flat 6 from the already potent 911 Turbo S. In here it has larger turbochargers, bigger intercoolers, and a water spray function that cools the charged air for more consistent boost and more power under heavy acceleration, as well as a whole bunch of lightweight internal parts that elevates its power outputs to a staggering 515 kilowatts and 750 newton meters. That's enough, despite the GT2 RS being rear-wheel drive rather than all-wheel drive like the Turbo S, to send it from 0 to 100 kilometers an hour in 2.8 seconds and onto an electronically limited top speed of 340 kilometers per hour. Part of that comes from the fact that it is only available with a 7-speed dual-clutch automatic, simply because Porsche says the nut behind the wheel couldn't change gears quick enough to keep up with the engine.
In everyday traffic, is actually quite docile to drive, certainly not intimidating like its numbers suggest. Sure, the suspension's stiff and it is noisy, but the engine and the gearbox, you can be left in their own devices, and it's very, very docile. Your grandmother could jump in this thing and easily go and grab the milk from down the shops. In fact, leave it in automatic mode and it will lope through the gears into the highest gear possible, and the engine will sit at pretty low revs, and you certainly get some looks. Well, good day, mate. Just dropping this off for Mark Webber. Well, looks like the track's open.
Now, I think I'd rather ask for forgiveness than permission, and don't tell me you wouldn't do the same if you had the chance.
It just feels like a caged lion. This thing is waiting to be unleashed. Oh my God, that acceleration is phenomenal. This thing is amazing. It's like telepathic. I am part of the car. Woo. You just ride that surge of torque. This thing is fast. Woo. Front straight, here we go. Woo. 7,000 RPM, 750 Newton meters of torque. Chuck it into turn one. Listen to the sound of it. That beautiful flat six. Just wailing away with those turbos, making it even deeper in the bass. Where you have to ring the GT3's deck because it's got that power band of only right at the top of its rev range. This thing has just got monstrous amounts of torque. You almost shift early just to stop it from wheel spinning. Even in fourth gear. We're howling down the back straight now. I'm not daring to even look down how fast I'm going. Through the fast, flip-flop on the back, tip it in, and then just stamp on the gas on the way out. And the brakes, huge carbon fibre stoppers. But it's the whole package. It's not one single element. This car just feels in tune with everything. The handling is phenomenal. You can throw it round like a race car. It dances at the back end with all of that torque. Such an easy car to drive. It's far from being intimidating as you'd think for the fastest car around the Nürburgring. But you do have to treat it with a degree of respect because it is amazing. It's got so much grip, such a small window in how it operates. Get it wrong and you'll be having one hell of a fast accident. It's deafening, even with a helmet on. I can't believe how loud it is. But glorious, glorious sound. This is a phenomenal racetrack. You feel like you're in this concrete canyon, especially up the top end of the circuit here where it's very narrow. But the corners are beautiful for this kind of car, fast and flowing, and allow you to really let the car dance around. Even though there's some pretty major consequences. If you did have a little bit of a slide, there's some pretty tough concrete there to hit. What a car, what an experience. This is genuine bucket list stuff. And I can't even imagine, if this is the fastest road car that has been ever built around the Nürburgring, I can't imagine what it'd be like to drive a Formula One car on this circuit. It would be simply staggering. Yo, here's your car, delivered.
Mate.
She's warmed up. Might need a full tank of fuel.
Oh, well, cheers, mate. Cheers.